Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So finally got a chance to watch Demon Slayer Season 2. It is currently available on Hulu. So if you do have Hulu, you could actually watch all the seasons. So Season 1, the Mugen Train movie, which is basically Season 1.5, and now Season 2. And if you've never seen Demon Slayer before, I highly recommend that you watch the entire seasons first before you come to Season 2, because there's a lot of things that won't make sense unless you have seen that, and at the same time the story is just a lot better if you have seen the previous seasons. So after the events of Mugen Train, a lot of things have changed. So if you have seen that movie or second part of Season 1, you saw that we were introduced to the Hashira Rengoku and really how awesome it was to see a Demon Slayer at that level. And at the same time, we also get to see transformations for Tenjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, and how they're really first time battling a super powerful demon. And so that's something that has really changed them basically forever, which leads us to Season 2, where things take place right after that, and also the aftermath of everything that has happened. So getting into the things that I really enjoyed about Season 2 is first and foremost the animation. The animation in the whole Demon Slayer series is just spectacular, and the movie just brought it up to a whole nother level. And at least for me, Demon Slayer is one of the most visually awesome animes that I've ever seen. And so that's really the first thing that really gets me on pretty much any Demon Slayer episode or series. The animation is just top notch. Second to that is the story. So in this case, the kids meet another powerful Hashira. His name is Utsi, and he brings him to a part of Tokyo, like the entertainment district that they've never been into before. And in this case, they're trying to find a demon or demons, because obviously people are missing, people are getting killed, strange things are going on. And it's really funny how he brings these kids in, because now they have to go through some things that they never had to before. And at the same time, we're able to meet some other characters, who are really tied to Utsi himself. And of course, we get to see some really awesome, powerful combat from another Hashira, very similar to what we saw with Rengoku, but from a different level. And at the same time, our main three characters, Tenjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, they go through another transformation, facing things that they've never faced before and forcing them to make really hard decisions and to level up. And then the next thing I really enjoyed about Season 2 is more of the background that we actually get, because I would say in Season 2, you actually learn more about the characters. And it's not just the main characters, but it's also the main villains as well. And I really did appreciate that, because it really gets you into these characters even more. And the most important thing here is that you actually care about these characters, even the villains, the people who are doing really horrible things. Because the way the characters are developed and are developing, it just makes you really care more about everything that happens to them and why it happens. And then another thing that I would really like to point out here is that Season 2, as awesome as Season 1 were, Season 1.5 in Mugen Train, the action here is on another level. So whenever you see the main demon or demons here, the action goes on for multiple episodes. And I would say, at least in my opinion, I enjoyed the action here more than I did in Mugen Train, because it was something that was long, it was extended, and there was a lot more emotion and character development along with this action. And so a lot of times, by the time you finish the entire battle, you understood why these things happen. So there's a lot more weight to it, and it just looks spectacular. I mean, I really can't say enough about the animation style, but also how they combine that with just simply incredible action choreography from an animation standpoint. And so if you did enjoy the action in the previous seasons, I would say, at least for me, this is the best so far. Especially if you're coming in here wanting action, this has it in spades. And every time you think that it's about to end, it just keeps going on, and it gets even more awesome as you're watching it. And then the final thing that I enjoyed about Season 2, and it's something that I enjoy about every season of Demon Slayer, is the heart that this particular series has. And I would say Season 2 brings that up even more, with the main characters, Shinjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. I really feel like their bond, the way that they are actually there for each other, treat each other like family and friends, it brings it even higher. And there is almost, I would say, more to lose in this case, because they've suffered so much. They're basically going beyond their limits, and it's not just for them, but it's also for everybody around it, including protecting the Hashira, who is very powerful in his own right. But in this case, I really love this whole family, this whole friendship dynamic, and which is even stronger here. So having all those things really brings you into this world even more, and it makes you really care about everything that's going on, especially to our characters. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. Now, when it comes to the negatives of Season 2, at least for me, about the only negative that I could see is that I can't wait for Season 3. I've really thoroughly enjoyed all these episodes in Demon Slayer from Season 1 to Mugen Train up until now. Everything about this series is just things that I'm looking for in anime. Great animation, spectacular action, characters that you actually care about. And even though the story isn't really anything that you haven't seen before, the way in which it's done, pretty much similar to everything else that is done with the series, is just at a very high quality. So that's about the only negative that I would say Demon Slayer Season 2 has. It's just I can't wait for Season 3. So if you actually had any thoughts on Demon Slayer Season 2, Season 1, or 1.5 with Mugen Train, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if there's any other anime series or movies that you've enjoyed, be sure to leave that as well. And if you did want to see more of my anime, film, and series reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you're a creative geek like me, and you want to get exclusive access to more content that I don't put out here publicly on my YouTube channel, then join my Gold Content Creators group, where you're going to get content like this and more for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group.